Keep it in the heat. She's keeping it in the heat.
All right. Hey, Neto. Neto. Here. Hey, Neto. Here. I know, but come here, just quick. Hey, guys, come over here. Over here. All right.
I told you to go home with your mother.
There's nothing to argue about.
Can't help it if the horn doesn't work again. I already warned her. You want me to haul a horn? But what's her face?
Warriors, baby.
Johnny was pissy about it.
Here we go.
What do you want me to do? Warm it up? I don't know. I mean, I'm not. That birch tree's gotta go.
Every person is marking. If you don't have the ball, you are marking. Got it? KK in there.
Oh, yeah. I just had to give her a little scare.
Here we go.
KK!
Hey,
it's almost Halloween!
KK, you wimpy. You're a wimp.
It's like a trick or treat, Kaylee. I had to give you a little jolt.
It is.
We got live.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Nokomis Regional High, and this is going to be our season finale for field hockey. So pretty happy. We've been able to get all 10 games in. Warriors are playing host to the Foxcroft Academy Ponies, so it'll be a battle of the burgundy and white versus the maroon and white. You know I love my burgundy. Foxcroft, a perennial top team in field hockey for as long as I can remember. And that's a long time. So we'll see how the Warriors match up. Warriors with the center pass, Townsend with it. Sends it out to the right to Ranlett. Ranlett really has developed into a nice mid, kind of a bit of a position change for her, and she's really rallied to the call. Last 2 or 3 games has played very well in that position. Ponies moving upfield. Raines will flip it over to Rayfield. Rayfield, little shake and bake move around Brown. Lovely digs it out. Chase for the Ponies keeps the pressure on. Drops it back to the 25. Ponies looking across it right to the top, the middle of the circle. Bradley gets a piece of it. Brown stays with the pressure. Rayfield trying to pull it into the circle is taken away from her. Lovely trying to pester the forward on the play. Townsend crosses to the left side, works it over the 25, trying to find a crease up the wing. She's got Bradley with her. Townsend decides to keep it, releases Bradley ahead. Beautiful ball into space for Bradley. Bradley's had the hot hand with scoring in the last couple of games. Nice play by Bradley. Picks up the free hit. Townsend will take it. In these last 2 or 3 games, Nokomis really coming together and gelling as a team. It's been kind of a gauntlet run for this 11 that's gone the distance. Townsend with the big swing hit. Nice defensive tackle by number 17, Cheryl Chase. Just had the low stick tackle. Really nowhere to go with Townsend, so the free hit comes out for the Ponies. This 11, Nokomis have a light on the roster side, so this group is really, you got to give them a lot of credit. I bet if you ask them all, kind of their physical conditioning as they progress through the seasons really, really just improved game by game. Rayfield moving through the middle. Graves pressuring on her. Swing into the circle, bounces over Baird's stick. Kellum right there to clean up the play, and she's fouled. That trio of Baird, Kellum, and Graves have all played very well. Kellum kind of just misfires on it, but stays with the play. Trying to dig it out with a reverse stick and just kind of shoveling it along up the sideline. She's double teamed. Stick foul on Nokomis. Perry will take the hit. Nice read by Wilcox. Saw that crossing pass coming and snuck in from behind. Townsend with the quick self-start. Sprints over midfield. Townsend takes it up the right, looks up. Sees Lovely ahead of her. Raines initially had it intercepted, but Lovely doing a nice job to stay with the play. Keeps the ball. Townsend picks it back up. Townsend just outside of the circle. Loses the handle. Ramlet with a beautiful stick tackle. Tips it into the circle. It's like it's off the defender foot. So Warriors with the early opportunity with a set piece here. Penalty corner coming up for Nokomis.
3, 2, 1, 2.
Ponies, a little bit of confusion on who's going to be in the defensive core on this corner. Ball's flipped out to Townsend. Townsend controls the bouncing ball, kind of bounces it through, doesn't get a whole lot on it, tries to tackle back, she fouls. Ball up to midfield, bounces over Gray's stick. Again, now it's kind of been happening all week as number 2, Howard for the Ponies has got some room. Callan comes out to play as she dodges by her. Graves with a nice recovery, slows the play up, forces the foul. I think that little bouncy ball, that's very common as you get to deep into October grounds, so just getting a little chewed up. Brown with a nice spinorama forces the foul. Anderson has also been playing solid defense. Beautiful pass to catch Townsend on the move. Townsend leaves the ball behind, but there's Brown. Pick up play. Brown thinks about the big hit, decides I'm going to just keep maneuvering through the middle. Brown just slicing through defensive players. Nobody really pressuring her. She continues to move forward. Bradley was set up. Tried to cut back to it. Sorry if I'm getting that last name wrong. Nice defensive save. Townsend weaves through a couple of defenders. Tries to flip it in the circle. I like to see Townsend just stay on that. I think she was unhappy with the pace she got on the ball. I think if she just falls, it's often a call in basketball. You hear from fans, follow your shot. It works in field hockey too. Brown with a nice defensive read, picks it up. This freshman's really developing some pretty slick skills. Beautiful pass from Townsend to Bradley. Bradley with a nice touch on the ball. Nokomis is knocking on the door. Caitlin Lord for Foxcroft with a nice defensive save and quickly transitions it up to midfield, but there's Anderson. Anderson takes it away. Anderson doing a nice job pressuring the play. Rayfield has it in the middle, pushes it over center field. She's moving with some speed. There's Baird breaking it up. Baird's got some great speed. She's an excellent, excellent defender. Bradley with a beautiful tip on the ball. She's got Wilcox with her. Oh, there's that big swing. It's I think that's been a work in progress for Bradley. Townsend tips it through, tips it ahead. Bradley reaches back for it. I think if Bradley can set up not so deep in that corner, the ball's getting through, but that last layer of defense is just able to cut in front of her. So Nokomis getting some momentum in the offensive end. I think they're just looking for that one more connection. Townsend, I'm sure that player was 5 yards away, but Townsend still gets called for the lifted ball.
You front 6, front her. Bree, get behind her, please. Get in front of her, Natalie.
Bradley with a great read. It was a great cut onto the ball by junior Hannah Bradley. As I said, she's had kind of a hot hand, has scored some goals. Townsend bounces it through the middle. Wilcox trying to get a tip on it. It's off a foot. Should be a hit coming into the circle. So Nokomis pressuring and getting some entries into the circle, but still hasn't gotten that clean hit off yet. Townsend, kind of little hot pass to Brown, able to handle it. The Dover defense doing a nice job kind of stifling any serious scoring opportunity, but Nokomis continuing to keep the pressure on. Anderson trying to keep it in. Raines comes back to play it, but Anderson doing a great job just staying with the play. Tips it over to Townsend. Nice look to her. Townsend's got some room in the middle of the field. She punches it in. Wilcox trying to get a tip on it. Ball's in front of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's down. Bradley trying to get a stick on it. The goalkeeper's got it covered up. That was close to a penalty stroke because it looked like the goalkeeper had her mitt over it. I think Coach Thompson trying to advocate for it. A little bit difficult to see how close that was, but a good opportunity by the Warriors. Foxcroft historically always has some forwards that can move up. Just a hard charge up the field. Nyman comes out, makes a nice clear. Kellum carries it up the side or out to the sideline and punches it over. Nice defensive work. And Nokomis' senior goalkeeper, Ashley Nyman, has done an outstanding job all season. So Foxcroft showing their speed and transition. You go from Nokomis with the goalie down and a chance to score in about 5 seconds. The Ponies are right back with a shot on Nyman. I think both teams with a little bit shorter bench than they typically have, so we'll see where the endurance is. I know Foxcroft's had a couple of subs in, so they'll at least have a couple of sets of fresh legs, and we'll see if stamina plays a factor in this game. As I anticipate, there'll be moments where both teams are flying up and down the field. And your field hockey field length is 100 yards, so that's like running 100 yards on a football field if you're going end to end. I know my days of 100-yard sprints are in the rearview mirror. Foxcroft working to get inside the 25. Graves has got a stick on it. Howard with the crossing ball. Baird trying to take it away. Ava Rayfield, senior for Foxcroft, showcasing some of her stick skills. I know a lot of these top field hockey players around the state of Maine, you know, it's a full-time, a full-year season for a lot of them. I think you don't get that fine stick skill by just playing in the season. You got to put some time in on those skills out. Nice idea by Baird to cut on it. Had it red, just couldn't connect with the ball. Rayfield drops it back, doing a nice job, pulls it ahead, crossing ball. It was a beautiful setup by Rayfield. McLeish was right there on the left wing, and I think she's just a little bit tentative to just commit to it. 4 minutes left to go, first quarter, no score. Teams have been up and down the field. Both teams having one quality look at the goal. Goalkeepers on both teams coming up with a big save. Weymouth for the Ponies and Nyman for the Warriors. Graves works the ball out. Nice ball up the wing. Lovely can get a tip past this defender. She's going to have a lot of room. It's a nice job by the Foxcroft defender to just slow the play down. Nokomis keeps possession. Ranlett had a nice idea to hit Townsend in the middle, but the Warriors have got to be careful of number 1, Annie Raines, and number 6, Ava Rayfield. They're just hawking the ball, and they've got some speed. So I think you may, you know, they're sharp enough and experienced enough players to kind of bait a team into passing into that zone when they're ready for it. Ball bounces through the middle. It's a 2-on-1 for the Ponies. Warriors hustling to recover. McLeish working it on the right. Kellum with some pressuring defense. It's a foul, so the Ponies will have their first penalty corner of the game. 2:47 to go in the first quarter. Rain sends it to the top. Chase stops it. Trace with a little spin move. I think Baird kind of gets us ball caught up in her feet.
Keep your body low, Jenna. You'll get the obstruction, okay? Keep your body low.
Second corner for the Ponies. Passes out to the top. Again, Chase will start it. Chase with a little to give and go. Back over to the left. Baird getting no love. Another ball on the feet. So it'll be a third corner. Now that's that piece I've mentioned before. So, you know, as everybody's eyes are on what's happening in this corner, there also means that there are, you know, 6 Nokomis players, or 5 Nokomis players kind of pushing up from the 50. You know, those little 25-yard sprints back and forth and not even making it into play could take a toll later in the game. But as I said, this group of Warriors has really battled to get their endurance up and to be able to sustain 60 minutes of quality play. I think early in the year they're in some close games and sort of got bit towards the end of the third quarter with some fatigue, but they've been able to battle through that in this last half of the season.
If you kept playing, it would.
Minute 10, first quarter. Push lift through the middle. Bradley steps in, tries to take it away. Stick foul. Nice read by Ranlett. Takes it away. She's working it up the sideline. She's double teamed. Townsend pressuring. Rayfield working through the middle. That will be a nice battle to watch throughout the game. 2 talented players playing opposite each other. Wilcox on overruns the play a little bit. Brown with the steal. Foxcroft's doing a nice job dumping a lot of balls on Nokomis' feet and earning the calls. Keep the Warriors pinned in their own end. Just 5 seconds to go. I think that drop pass all the way back. And it close out the quarter. So after 1, no score. Here, Warriors hosting the Ponies from Foxcroft Academy. Goes quick, doesn't it, Matt?
Olivia said Mary should stand closer to
Who?
Olivia.
Oh. Can't hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I'll try to speak up.
I'll turn it up. We'll turn it up a little bit.
For those fans watching in intermission, we'll work on my audio volume.
That leaves you guys open, okay? So don't expect the ball to get to you. You have to go to it, okay? David, as soon as you see her flash,
I turned it up a little bit. Should
Thanks.
be good.
We got a little boost on the volume, so got, you know, it's a little funny. Intermission Matt Brown's daughter Olivia, Warrior alum, just watching the game and texted saying volume. I needed to maybe get a little closer, and I got to tell you, Maddie, I was a little confused, and I'm like, why is Olivia texting you during the game? Like, and how did she do that? She's out there playing. It's like, oops, guess that's younger sister Natalie.
I used to do that all the time. In fact, when I was putting rosters together, I mistakenly typed Olivia's name in instead of Natalie, so happens a lot.
So does Natalie get exasperated if you forget she's Natalie?
Every
and
once
Olivia?
in a while, but not too bad.
You know, it's funny to, you know, you get 2 sisters. There's definitely, you see some common skills and the way they move. They both really have a nose for the ball and just a sense of play of where it is. But Natalie's got some different moves. She moves a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I think she's taller than Olivia. She's got a little bit more reach. I don't know if that's a sore spot for big sister. No, and little sister may be taller than her right now, but certainly fun to watch.
I got to get a quick shout out to my buddy Johnny Seavey, a big Foxcroft alum, and whose daughter played here at Foxcroft for many years, was a great player, and is now playing at St. Joseph's. But
nice.
He's watching some field hockey on the stream tonight.
Over the years, just in my career of either coaching field hockey or kind of supporting, the sports in my administrative role and different identities, the thing I always love about field hockey are field hockey dads. Because they are so excited and want to support their daughters playing this great sport. But often, in the early years, they have no idea what's going on. And so they kind of compensate with just a lot of enthusiasm. We've definitely had, obviously, many parents, just some great support, but just some great field hockey dads along the way and supporting everything, supporting their kids, but supporting the program, and lots of moms, we're all anxious, kind of looking at the snack shack standing over there, empty. Hopefully in another season, we'll be back to kind of normal spectating and snack shack rolling. I'll give a shout out to Jim Shaw. I remember the day he tried to carry the baton and making French fries at games. I do remember the nice smoke cloud rolling across the grease smoke cloud rolling across the field. There was an air of French fries. Guess that was a way to tantalize people to buy some. You're coming down tomorrow morning. Wilcox drops it back to Townsend. Townsend will move to the right. I'll bring him down now. Over, giving Townsend a little room, so she dodges one player. It's off a foot. She'll try a little push lift, drops it in the middle of the field. And caught the toe a little bit, and I think went a little higher instead of didn't get the distance she was hoping for. Lovely and Ranlett double teaming. Lovely pushes it ahead. Lord able to come away with it. She's fouled, so ball's pushed through the middle. Wilcox and Brown pressuring.
Keep pressure, Natalie. Keep pressure. You got it. Keep pressure. It's okay.
Boy, number 6, Ava Rayfield is just a talented player. Obviously, I'm biased. I want Nokomis to win, but it's always fun to watch, an athlete, no matter what the sport is. It's just really good. She definitely has some great stick skill. And I think if you are Nokomis, you've got to be mindful about where she is on the field. You want to just keep the ball away from her, and if she's going to have to get it, you want to make her to do a lot of running. You don't want to serve it up to her. Anderson pokes at it, gets a little more stick than ball, so Howard will restart the play. Ball bouncing through the middle, and the Foxcroft looking to connect with Rayfield whenever they can through the middle of the field.
Clearly off her foot.
I think we had a ball off a foot, Nokomis' foot, so Foxcroft will restart just outside the 25. Ball's flipped over to the middle. Bradley tries to get a piece of it. Anderson will clean it up. She pulls it out to the left side of the circle. She tries to turn upfield. She's tackled by Spooner. Actually, check that. Number 2, Howard. Anderson's perseverance pays off. Gets the free hit. Nice ball all the way through to Wilcox. Wilcox can't corral it. It's taken away from her, but there's Bradley with a nice double team. Return, just stripped back, so teams kind of taking turns just picking the pocket from each other.
Nice break.
Townsend just, again, showcasing her skills, splits the defenders. Anderson will start it. Kind of just bounced, we got lucky, bounced over Rain's stick. Otherwise, it was right at Rain's.
Back up, Hannah, back behind the ball, Hannah.
So early minutes in the second quarter. Showcasing teams with back and forth little ping pong ball action or tennis match with matching fouls. Ranlett with a nice initial touch on the ball, but Rayfield is just swooping up anything and everything. She moves with speed over the left, and she's a player that's going to play sideline to sideline and end line to end line. Ranlet with a nice job pushing it ahead. Wilcox trying to catch up with it. Foxcroft beating her to the ball, but Brown picks the loose ball up in the middle of the field. Ball's taken away from her. Graves with a beautiful tackle, open field tackle. She dodges a defender. Nice pass over to Brown. Nice work by Morgan Graves in the defensive end. Brown with a nice look. Sees Lovely out in the wing. Lovely's got some room. She's moving up the right side. She winds up for the cross. Drills it. It's off a foot. Brown picks it up. Chips it ahead. Just wide. The officials are still going to give us a corner. So lucky continuation. That was some pretty movement upfield. Lovely with an awesome cross. Just rocketed one.
3, 2, 1.
It hit Foxcroft defender in the foot, so Nokomis will get their second penalty corner of the half. Ball's out to the top to Townsend. Townsend with the stop. Townsend moves to her right. I don't love that corner play that Nokomis keeps trying with Townsend and Anderson at the top. Maybe they'll let me draw up a play at halftime.
Pressure, Natalie. Pressure.
Ball hits off a Foxcroft foot. Nokomis a little bit lucky there that ball hit a pony foot. Otherwise, the ponies are off to the races. Townsend starts to play. Little bouncy ball gets through. Brown gets a stick on it, pulls it back, dodges a defender just outside the circle, pushes it. Ooh, what? That's a tough call. Looked like a good piece of work by Brown to get it off a Foxcroft foot, but no luck on the call.
Way back, Lauren.
Foxcroft, the quick transition. McCarty pushes it over to midfield. Baird giving pressure. Ball's dropped back to Batchelder. Batchelder sends it back ahead, trying to connect with Rayfield. Townsend all over it. And Rayfield, not deterred by the double team of Ranlet and Townsend. She splits them. Works her way into left side of the corner. She's just rolling. Picks up the foul. Penalty corner for Foxcroft. Boy, she's an impressive player. Ain't found the answer yet to defending her.
Reese, you're going to stroke.
9.5 to go, first half. Still no score.
Hustle back. Let's go. Get the ball.
Ball's dropped over to the left side. It's a stop and shot. Lovely gets a little piece of it. Deflects over to Chase. Chase gives it to Rayfield. Rayfield's shot's blocked. Kellum picks it up. Kellum pushes it out to Bradley. Bradley picks it up. Bradley's going to try to tip it out to the wing. At least gets a little separation from the corner. Stops it right on the sideline, trying to flip it through to Townsend or Wilcox. Wilcox, kind of beautiful idea by senior Rachel Wilcox, trying to catch Hannah Bradley on a break, and just a bit of a tough angle for Bradley to pick up, and it goes over the sideline. But this nice work from Nokomis, the defensive out of it, to transition out of the defensive end.
Natalie in front of 6, please. Morgan, that's good. You can stay.
Nice, Morg.
Graves with a nice read.
Nice,
Graves. And Graves is rolling. She doesn't relinquish the ball very often. I love it when she decides to just kind of keep it and go. Bradley with a nice tip through the defender. She flips it into the circle, kind of the two off wings, just kind of spectating. I'd like to see them be a little more assertive, jumping for it. Brown trying to wheel and deal. Ball stripped from her. Anderson takes it away. Anderson works to get her feet around, flips it ahead. Big hit through the middle of the field. Townsend takes it away. Townsend rolling. Ranlet picks up the ball. Warriors, I can't seem to penetrate or connect with the offensive player inside the circle. They've been just sniffing around that area between the 25 and the top of the circle and just can't connect on that next pass to get a really quality shot off. Townsend going back and forth with Batchelder. Ball's sent up to the 50. Howard trying to push it by Graves over to 50. She's got Rayfield with her. Anderson is there, though, to stop the play. Takes it away. Wheels around. Big hit through the middle of the field. And Wilcox has got to come back to that. Wilcox just kind of releasing to think that ball's going to go through, and against a team like Foxcroft Academy, the ball's not going to go through multiple lines of defenders. There are just too many skilled players out there on the field. The Warriors got to beat people to the ball.
Jeez, that almost hit 3 seconds.
Townsend takes it away. She heads to the 25, tips it, nice pass to Bradley. Bradley with a pretty tip on it. Again, that's where Wilcox has got to be cutting in front of that forward to beat them to the ball.
Nice.
Nice little battle between Brown and I think Chase. And Chase got the better of her. The senior beat the freshman on it, but it was a nice little back and forth play. Rayfield trying to push by Baird. Kellum comes over. Nyman is there. Nyman gets a piece of it. Gets tangled up with her own teammate, though, Graves. Graves kind of got caught up right on Nyman. But they do a nice job navigating each other. Graves gets the call. Taken away by Raines. Raines comes right back at it. Rayfield is there. Kellum gets a low stick down. Initially stops Rayfield, but Rayfield is undeterred. She'll have a free hit outside the circle. 5:15 to go. Foxcroft pressuring. Ball's chipped in. Anderson gets a piece of it. Anderson trying to push it out. Gets a lucky bounce by a defender. Bradley by one person. Can't get it by Perry. Perry trying to push it back in. Graves gets a piece of it. Foul. Ponies decide to change fields. Ball gets centered over to Perry. Perry trying to battle with Wilcox. Perry pulls it back, chops it into the top of the circle. Brown reaches back. It's called for the stick foul. Ball's flipped over. Nice read by Bradley. Got the initial stop. The ball gets stuck in the dirt. McGarry drops it back to Perry. Perry crosses it over to Raines. Raines winds up and thinks better of it with Wilcox right on her. Townsend initially had it. Townsend's got to stay in a low athletic position. She gets that first contact on the ball and just gets her body to upright too quick. So she's overrunning the ball. She's not taking the ball with her. She's got to stay a little bit lower in an athletic position to keep that ball on her stick. Unfortunately, that foul happened just inside the penalty circle, so it'll be a corner for the Ponies. Ball's flipped out to the top. It's off a foot. Lovely with a nice quick start. Trying to connect up with Ranlett quickly. Foxcroft with a nice quick recovery. Lovely's foul, so Warriors will retain possession. I think we're at a 4-2 advantage in corners, but neither team really able to execute a clean play. A little bit unusual at this point in the season, although in a typical season you'd still be at like the 2/3 point, but it's less, you've had 10 games. Usually at this point, a little more refinement with your set plays. Again, Warriors, those big swings in the defensive end are not your friend all the time. It's a risk-reward balance. It's difficult to get it off, and you're more likely to foul. Range just cutting back and forth. Nyman with a beautiful stab save. Just jabs out that left foot and punches it away. Brown picks it up. Foxcroft just pressuring in the middle of the field. There's a cluster of 4 or 5 players, and Nokomis has got to stay disciplined and try to work it out wide. Big shot into the circle. It's in front. Ping pongs off a couple of defenders' feet. It's another corner for the Ponies. 2.5 to go, first half. Warriors being challenged here, but the defense standing strong. Ball's pushed out to the top, bit of a slow roller. Chase has it, pushes over to Rayfield. Rayfield's shot's deflected. Ponies can't do anything with it. Slides over the side end line, so it'll be a hit for the Warriors. 2 to go, first half. That player is just creeping in. I'm kind of surprised the officials aren't calling it. Nokomis hadn't even played it yet, and number 6 just jumped in on it. But she almost tackled her before she even hit it. Wonder if that's definitely, you know, there's with the self-start, there's some judgment. Like there has to be an opportunity for players to get 5 yards away. So sometimes they're not, but if they're not within that 5-yard window, they can't try to play the ball. There's your rule tip for the day. Howard and Anderson battling back and forth. Howard trying to center it. Again, Foxcroft really packed up in the field. If Nokomis could break out, they might have a breakout chance. Townsend with a nice read to Bradley. And Bradley punches it through one defender, pops up past another one. It's like a little popcorn kernel. Under a minute to go. We'll see if Nokomis can maybe get a late surge here in the second quarter. Sneak some momentum going into halftime, but the Ponies say, no, 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 we want to come back this way. Howard dodges, but Anderson comes back and makes a nice tackle. Brown picks it up, taps it out to Bradley. Bradley can get by this defender. She's got some room. Nice idea. Bradley stays with the play. Bradley trying to chip it ahead to Wilcox, but again, that big swing is not Bradley's friend. I think when she stays just touching the ball, Townsend with a takeaway, 15 seconds, punches it in just outside the circle. Brown tips it in, ball's in the circle, 10 seconds to go. Brown with a shot, hits the post, it's in front of the goal, and it's in! With 6 seconds to go, the Nokomis Warriors put one in the back of the cage.
I'm not sure.
Wow, what a momentum boost for the Warriors. Ponies had been having the decided advantage in the offensive end. And Nokomis, in the closing seconds of the first half, punch one over the end line. Initially hit the post, but they stayed with it and got it over the end line. The goal line, not sure who got that. And just with those few seconds closed, we'll try to pick up who scored that goal and take a quick halftime break and come back for second half action. Hey, your little touches are phenomenal. 2 or 3 of those big Well, I feel like it's not that cold over here.
The wind's died.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Why did you say that?
I'm glad I got a warm coat, but it's better than yesterday.
Yeah,
Yesterday,
much.
Hey, leave the players alone.
Oh,
Why are they starting already?
this is
Not
not
legal.
quite hunting season,
No,
is it?
no.
Now, when you have youth weekend last weekend, can youth hunt this week, Maddie?
Yeah.
Or is it just
Yeah.
the weekend?
No, they can hunt.
So it could be a kid, right?
Well, no, I think he has to wait.
Wait till tomorrow.
tomorrow again. Yes, they get the one day.
All right, here we go. Second half action. Nokomis scores the lone goal of the game with 6 seconds to go, and senior Rachel Wilcox credited with that goal. Brown forces the foul. Townsend will pick it up. Townsend dumps it over to Ranlett. Ranlett trying to punch it through a couple of defenders. It skirts through. Bradley reaches back for it, Lovely. Lovely pushes it ahead. Foxcroft able to take it off the end line. Lovely foul, so. And I think that's number 6, Ava Rayfield, senior for Foxcroft, and she's just been everywhere on this field. Very skilled player. Like, she's someone I could see going from end line to end line. Batchelder initially got a piece of it, Lovely, and deflected it, but there goes Rayfield again, and just rifles it out to the sideline, a little too hot to handle. Raines can't catch up with it. Ranlett will restart it for the Warriors. She spies Townsend cutting through the middle, nice pass right to her stick. Raines with a nice time tackle, picks it right away. Baird trying to disrupt the play. And I think that's a good description. She disrupted the play. Forced the foul, but sometimes that's okay in the midfield just to slow it up, stifle a break, give your team a chance to recover.
Hey, Jenna, get back! Forward should be behind the ball! Rachel, behind the ball, please!
Raines drop pass to Chase, and they've tried that a few times, and I know Nokomis is wise to it. We'll see if Lovely or Bradley can sneak in and steal one for a break, because if they're able to turn it over, they've got a lot of real estate in front of them. But meanwhile, the pony's pushing it upfield.
Everybody else is on a person! Natalie, be ready!
There it goes. If Lovely can beat Chase to the ball, Chase does a nice job recovering. Passes it over a teammate on the right, Presley Perry. Perry brings it back to the middle. Wilcox intercepts it. Wilcox flips it out wide to Bradley. It's a pretty pass by Wilcox. It's tough sometimes when you're on that left side and you're cutting back to the ball, and then to kind of get your body around the other way. Brown gets a piece of it. Unfortunately, tips it Foxcroft's way. Townsend mucking away for it and able to steal it. She's got Lovely ahead. Nice ball by Townsend. Lovely taps it through the middle. She stays with it. She's got the ball on her stick. Lovely with the hit, chips it a little bit. There's just Rayfield. Rayfield is just playing every position. She's like I'd like to see how many steps she's taken, because she is covering a lot of field. Fun player to watch. Lovely gets a piece of it. Ranlett cleans it up. Ranlett trying to tip it through the defender. Nice low stick tackle by Chase. Chase has had a number of really pretty defensive stops, and she's got a strong pass and a hit, so she's able to quickly transition the other way.
Nice, Jenna.
Baird with a nice stop.
Good job, Jenna!
Nice job, Jenna.
Pretty stick by Range, just snags it out of the air. Townsend takes it right back. Oh, that's a tough call. Townsend had stripped the ball. Range crashed in with her stick. Townsend get called for it. Sometimes they don't go your way. Baird tracks it down. Baird turns the corner at the sideline. There's Chase. Chase doing a nice job reading the play. Kind of jumps up into the play from her defensive end. Little stop and go by Townsend. She works it to about 10 yards from the goal, flips it, hooks the toe of her stick, kind of ends up on the short side out of bounds, but Chase, a pretty powerful move from the defensive end. She just kept going and going, and no one stopped her. Nearing the 10-minute mark of the third quarter, 1-0, Nokomis lead in our 10th and final game. I think that ball must have been deflected by Nokomis out of bounds because Rayfield will restart it for the Ponies. He maneuvers at the 25, chips it ahead. Wilcox gets a piece of it. Wilcox trying to push it ahead. Lovely gets a piece of it. Ooh, off her foot. The Ponies keeping Nokomis pinned into their own end. Chase with a big hit through the middle of the field. Townsend with the clean stop. Stripped from her by Batchelder. Batchelder sends it in. Oh, and a tough left. Nyman lets it go, but it hits the post and stays in the circle. Dangerous ball. And that's a tough break. I think they thought it was going to fly right over the sideline, and it catches the far post to stay in play. It results in a Foxcroft Academy penalty corner, so unlucky bounce. Ponies keep the pressure on offensively. Ball's over to Rayfield. She's going to try to work the right side. Drop pass. Rocket on goal to the short side. Nyman with the initial save. Ball's up top to Chase. Nyman touches it again. Ramlett gets a piece of it to tip it out.
Good job, Morg.
Graves doing a great job keeping it on her stick. She's foul, so Nokomis dodges another offensive surge by the Foxcroft Academy Ponies.
You got Madison up.
It's deflected out of bounds. Foxcroft, so the Warriors will retain possession. Baird surveys the field.
You got Madison.
Lovely with tough luck. Lovely's had a couple of nice steals and kind of not a little bit of 50-50 play, not getting the benefit of the call. Another nice stick stop. Ramlett pokes it away. Lovely picks it up. Dodgers one defender. Oh, it had to be something there. Brown in good position, can't catch the bouncing ball. Townsend tries to catch up with it. Brown stays with the play, trying to sneak it from behind, but Rain's able to power through. Rains wheels back, chips it through the middle. Townsend gets a piece of it. I think Townsend and Graves cross it up, so it'll be a third-party foul. Free hit right outside the Nokomis circle for the Ponies. Halfway through the third quarter, still a 1-0 Nokomis lead. Foxcroft trying to answer. Brown, just a nice defensive help out, picks up the foul. Townsend with some speed out to the right. She chips it ahead, it's off a Pony leg, so she'll keep possession. Baird gets a piece of it. Speedy sophomore defender. Runs out of real estate, but that's a safe play. You know, that's a tough position to start the play for the offense. Not in danger of scoring, so I think that was talked about at halftime, being cautious. Big hit through the middle of the field. Townsend picks it up. She tries to answer back, bounces one up. Lovely gets a piece of it. Foxcroft able to keep possession. Ponies have just been circling around the outside of this circle. Haven't really been able to penetrate deeply. But they're not letting Nokomis get out of this defensive 25. Haven't called Rayfield's name for a couple minutes, and she's going to get in it here and self-start. Brown continuing to pressure, pushes Rayfield over to the right. Rayfield boots it, no call. And Natalie Brown showing the senior. She's got a few moves. A great play by the freshman, but just that kind of back foot hit. She didn't need it. Keep working the ball. Tips it over to Bradley. Bradley gets caught up in her feet. Leaves a bit of breathing room for Nokomis, but Ponies push it right back in outside of the circle. Anderson pushes it away. Scrums for it just outside of the circle. Squirts off the stick. Wilcox cuts back, flips it over the 25, tries to beat the defender to the ball, initially does. Lovely joins the action. Perry surges to keep it in play, pushes it ahead. Randlett pressuring. Townsend picks it up. She's got Lovely ahead of her. She's going to try to create some room for herself in the wing. Perry all over her. Townsend able to push it ahead. Lovely can't catch up with it. Pushes it, finally does. She's got some room. Lovely over the 25. Big cross. Bradley cuts back for it, gets a little piece of it. Comes over to Townsend. Townsend's outside of the circle. Townsend going to try to dribble it in herself. Loses the handle, but picks it back up. It's off a Foxcroft leg. Should be a Nokomis corner. I'm not sure why it's a 16-yard hit. But good surge by Nokomis to get out of their defensive end. Ball's pushed out wide. Raines picks it up. Raines has got Randlett on her. Baird joins the action. Townsend maybe a little bit gassed. Kind of did an end-to-end surge. Graves picks it up. A little bit of miscommunication between Graves and Brown. Graves was going to try to just push it to Brown. Brown thought Graves was going to keep going with it. It turns over to Foxcroft. Brown stays with the play. He's called for the foul. 4 to go, third quarter. 1-0. Ponies a decided advantage in offensive possession, but to this point, the Warrior defense has been maybe a bit of a bend, don't break motto, third quarter. And there's a game, when we go deeper in the game, as Foxcroft is kind of bunching up. When they have the ball offensively, take a chance. Nokomis had a break opportunity just a moment ago, couldn't find pay dirt. Here the Ponies are again, just outside the circle. Baird and Raines. Raines is heated up in the third quarter. Rayfield, a dangerous senior for the Ponies, will start it outside the circle. And Foxcroft has tried this give and go. Drop pass, and Lovely with a great read. And I got to give it to Dover. Really great recovery team-wide, because Lovely made the strip, and tipped it past the defender, and Presley Perry stayed with the play and recovered. So otherwise, that could have been a very dangerous play if she kind of let down for a second. Lovely had a lot of real estate, and she's a fast player. Wilcox scrums for it. She picks it up. She's got Bradley with her on the left. Trying to pull it back to get it to her, loses the handle, but stays with the play. Flips it through the middle. Lovely comes over to try to disrupt the play. Raines works it back, and Brown steals it. Brown, a nice little head fake, made it look like she was going to go to Lovely. Goes the other way. Bradley tips it into the circle. Goalkeeper comes out, makes a beautiful save. Weymouth. Bradley coming in on her, and Weymouth comes out and makes a fantastic save. Nice rush by the Warriors, and that was a great little head fake move by Natalie Brown. She looked the defender away like she was going to go over to Lovely and came back to the left to Bradley. Bradley with a beautiful opportunity, gets a good shot on, and it's matched by an even better save by Weymouth. Brown starting to heat up and get a nose for the ball. Minute 45 to go, third quarter. 1-0 is your score. Nokomis on top. Brown forces another foul, gives the ball to her team. Townsend just picks it up on the fly. She's rolling over the 25. Raines strips her of the ball. She's going to head the other direction. Raines drops it back to Batchelor. Batchelor trying to work it up the left. She's double teamed by Baird and Randlett. Graves joins the defensive action. She tips it ahead. Chase a little too much on it. Punches it out of bounds. Clock shows a minute. Randlett tips it through the middle. Can't keep the handle on it. And that's on the right side of the field offensively. You want to just keep it on the right side. Don't try to, that's a hard place to try to cut back through the middle. Just keep working that sideline. Inlet maneuvering the sideline, and there she goes. She knows. She pushes it ahead. It can lovely beat Chase to the ball. She does. Lovely. Dodges Chase. Creates a little room. She's going to wind up and cross it. Just drills it across the field. Lovely. Showing some great pace on the ball with those crosses. That is not an easy thing to do on the move, and she's done 2 or 3 of those. Just rocketed across, and credit to goalkeeper Destiny Weymouth for the Ponies. Just stuck a foot out, because if she doesn't get a piece of that, Bradley is just sitting there ready to chip that, cherry pick that, and punch it right into the goal. Should be our horn from the 3rd quarter, so Ponies come out strong, but the Warriors answer back, but neither team able to score, so we finished 3, and it's a 1-0 Nokomis lead. So hope everybody out there is enjoying our live stream as we wrap up our fall sports season. I think we've got one more home contest next Thursday. Boys soccer team will play. We're actually going to have a venue change for that game. We're going to move that game to the middle school soccer field over here at Nokomis. We're going to pull that game out of Somerset County and play it in Penobscot County. But it's been fun to see all the athletes out and getting on the field. Yesterday, great soccer game between Brewer and Nokomis, battling through some really tough weather conditions. So that was fun to see. Anybody going hunting tomorrow? I hope everybody be safe, and I hope you find that magical buck you've been looking for. Mostly just enjoy. I know it's just such a great tradition for so many of our families around hunting camps or hunting trips and friendships and generations, and carrying on those traditions and all the great dishes that people make to have for food. Or, you know, I've seen a couple signs for hunters' breakfasts. I know it's probably not the same, but hopefully people are doing that with their own physically distanced family pods, and just keeping those traditions going and alive. Know how much, and talking with our students over the years, how much they enjoy those experiences and that time with family and friends. So hope everybody has good luck tomorrow and stay safe. Yep, another 15 more minutes. Let's see if Nokomis can maybe, I think, you know, obviously next goal is a biggie. I think if you're Nokomis and you get that 2-goal lead, they're certainly going to make it challenging for Foxcroft. But if you're Foxcroft, they just spent a ton of time around the Nokomis circle, but really wasn't able to kind of penetrate. Other than, I think it was Chase that stepped in and had that nice flip on goal. So defensively, that core defense for Nokomis has really gelled in the last 4 or 5 games. We're playing well. We're seeing the forward line, you know, kind of just chatting with Hannah Bradley, just working on making some good adjustments in the field. You know, she hearts a big swing, and she knows that's not the move. It's sort of like, you know, baseball, softball players who want to chase that high pitch. It's so tempting. Like, you so want to do it, but she, you know, I think she, you know, she knows, and I think it's so easy when you're watching to just say, well, why don't you just do this? You know, but as they're running full tilt, and as I said, if you've never played field hockey, you know, you should get a ball and stick sometime. Number one, it's really fun. It's a lot of fun, but You'll be amazed at how challenging it is to control that ball. It'll give you a new appreciation for what these athletes do. Their ability to move full tilt and control and maneuver the ball. It's a sport that's a lot of fun.
I just wish there was some left-handed sticks, Mary. I'm a lefty.
I know, Matt, people say this, but you actually control the stick with your left hand.
Right.
So left-handed athletes are
Do
actually,
do pretty well.
yeah, because really it's more about control than that big hit.
Yeah.
And so left-handed players are usually incredible stick handlers. I don't know, maybe we've got to get you out on the field hockey field, Maddie. You've had 2 sisters that played field hockey, many cousins,
Yes.
2 daughters. I don't know, Matt.
Well, those men in the Olympics, I know, is quite
yeah,
something.
If you want to see men play, like Google a men's field hockey games, as your daughter Natalie does a nice job setting up Bradley. Bradley steps into the circle with it. Again, the defenders for Foxcroft have also done a really nice job today, too, because Nokomis has had their moments of really putting the pressure on, where they've had some numbers. Bradley just made a nice cut. Brown is just second half has turned it on and been really tenacious on the ball and just keeping pressure everywhere. It's really disrupted some of Foxcroft's offensive opportunities. Rayfield gets the ball, picks it up, sends it through the midfield. Wilcox able to get a piece of it, tries to shovel it backhanded, forces a foul, so the Warriors will take the hit. But as I was saying, Google, Olympic men's field hockey, obviously, male athletes are a little bigger, stronger, faster, and what they can do with the ball is amazing. Townsend with a nice ball, trying to punch it through the middle. Lovely picks it up. Ooh, would have liked to see the official hold a whistle there. It was lovely, snuck it through. I'd like to see her wind up with a shot on goal, like some of those crosses. Weymouth just letting that one goal sneak behind her. Townsend pushes over to Ranlett. Ranlett trying to work it on the right. Tips it to Lovely. Lovely with a nice centering pass.
Oh.
Townsend can't connect with it or Brown, but that was a pretty ball. Boy, Lovely is really getting into a groove and how to center it. You get a right wing that can do that. They can serve up a ton of assists. Townsend maneuvers. She's got a little bit of a room, and that's where she just got to stay low. Keep that ball on her stick. So the Warriors pressuring here. They want to get that second goal to give themselves a little cushion. Anderson takes away the hit. She tries to tap it through, picks it up. Brown picks it up. Brown trying to push it through a couple of defenders. Again, Foxcroft really crowding that middle of the field. I think those players, what Townsend tried to do to push it out wide and then come back in. They're going to have a little more success. Townsend tips it ahead. Ping pongs. Oh, that's going to hurt on a cold day. Lovely. I think got that right on the ankle bone. Oh, that hurts. Nokomis, even though they've turned the ball over with some fouls, they've been able to take back the free hits and keep Foxcroft kind of stuck in their defensive end for these first 3 minutes. Anderson trying to push it ahead, didn't quite get the oomph on it she wanted. Bradley takes a stab at it, disrupts it, but Anderson had turned around. Townsend chases it down at the 50. Townsend with some control, works it over to the right. Doing a nice job. Townsend winds up, tops it, but it's okay. Ranlett bounces over to her, but there's Rayfield. And Rayfield's been a little bit quiet in the second half. She picks it up with speed, trying to push it over to the 50. Brown tangles up a stick, but again, that's not a bad play. Keep that pressure. If you get a foul, it's okay. Slows the play down, gives your team a chance to catch up. Drop pass. Brown gives pressure to it. Brown gets a piece of it. Coaching staff are complimenting her on her pressure. Ball through the middle. Graves intercepts it. Graves trying to push it out to the wing to connect Brown. Doesn't quite get to her, but she stays with the play and picks it up again. Tries to backhand it to her. Brown had vacated the left wing. Townsend picks it up. Boy, the Warriors are really coming together here. I think they are just right on the cusp of getting that second goal. Punch through, and again, that is just not going to work against this Foxcroft team in that 30 to 16-yard zone from the, that 15 yards from the top of the circle is a 16-yard mark to about 10 to 15 yards out. Foxcroft is just condensed at the top of the circle. I think where the Warriors have had some good success of when they've taken out to the right, and Lovely has crossed it in, or Townsend has brought it in from that angle. Nice job by Randlet dropping back to pick it up. She pushes it out to the right.
Nice job, Madison!
Chase collides with her. Randlet quickly trying to connect with Townsend. Townsend picks it up. She gets a little bit of room in the middle. And that's a toughie to try to dance through that middle. There's just 3, 4, 5 players, and this is too good a team to dodge through that many players in that tight a space. Brown flips it over to Townsend. Townsend can move with speed. Oh, it's off a foot. It should be a corner. Nice job by sophomore Bree Townsend. That picks the corner up for the Warriors. 9.5 to go. And again, it's a win-win on 3 fronts for Nokomis. Number 1, gives them a bit of a breather, forces the Foxcroft defense to head to the 50, catch their win. They're in their own end, and they get to do a set piece. Townsend with the stop, flips it over to Bradley. Bradley trying to maneuver with it, trying to tip it back to Townsend. Nice read by the Foxcroft defense. Nokomis just not able to kind of cleanly feel that and pass that, so Foxcroft breaks away with it. Again, that's the down part of a corner. If you don't quickly recover, it gives the other team an opportunity to break up, since all their teams at the 50.
Good job,
Boy, Callie Callum, part of that defensive crew, with a big defensive save, just stifles that break by the Ponies. 8:40 to go, 1-0 Nokomis. Warriors are hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Both teams have showed the capacity to get upfield quickly. I think the official warning Foxcroft to be 5 yards away. Callum battling with it. Keeps possession, trying to push it through that middle. And again, Nokomis will be better suited to stop trying to work it through the middle of the field. I wish I could get in there, send him a little earpiece, stay out of the middle of the field. Brown intercepts Rain's pass. She pushes out to the wing. A nice pass by Brown out to Bradley. Bradley with some room. Beautiful dodge by one defender. A little too far off for a stick, but still nice rush. Nice combination from Brown to Bradley there to push the ball up the field. Brown picks off another pass. Gets stuck in her feet a little bit, but again, a nice read by the freshman. She's just seeing the field in those passing zones. Staying with it. Bradley trying to get on the action. Ball flipped through the middle of the field. Townsend picks it out of the air. Tips it by one defender. And that's what she's just got to get a little more tip on it. It's just too little a tap that the defender's able to reach back with. A player like Rains, she's an up-and-coming star for this Foxcroft team. She's moving with speed. Foxcroft pressuring in the circle. Randlet pushes it out of the circle. Foxcroft pushes it right back in. Brown deflects it over to the right. And it's over the end line. This Foxcroft team is fast, and they know the clock is ticking. It's under 7 to go in regulation. Graves will restart it, tips it over to Anderson. Anderson has it on the sideline. Anderson trying to push it ahead to Bradley. Bradley stabs back for it. Foxcroft beating Nokomis for the ball. Townsend Brown picks it off. Brown using that reach. She's got a little room in the middle. She's just exploding through the middle, trying to tip it over her teammate Lovely. Lovely's got Wilcox ahead of her. Lovely working it to the right. Cuts it back through the middle with a big tap. Stays with the play. Brown picks it back up. Brown trying to punch it back over to Lovely. Ball's going to stay in bounds. And Rains in Rayfield. Rains has been covering a lot of field in the second half. Lovely trying to stay with the play. Big hit. I think Rains just running out of a little bit of gas. Was up on one end. The offensive end, it comes all the way back to play some nice defense. Just a little too hot to handle pass. Randlet forces it off the Foxcroft defender, and she'll take it inside the 16 on the sideline, and she's going to go right to the end line, try to work the end line with it. Foxcroft, again, really solid defense. You see that initial player playing, and then that next teammate is right behind her. Batchelder loses a handle on the sideline. 5:20 to go. Townsend with it. Nokomis are doing a nice job retaining possession and shortening this game up. Townsend keeping the pressure on. Reaches back, pulls it away. And keeping on the end line, little spin move, tries a reverse chip in. Lovely gets a piece of it. It's centered in front of the goal. Wilcox is there, trying to get her second goal of the game. Weymouth down on the ground. Beautiful chip crossing pass by Townsend. Wilcox, Lovely got a piece of it, and Wilcox got a piece of it. Weymouth again coming up with another big save. There was a foul on the play, so it's a corner for Nokomis. 4:40 to go. Still 1-0 Warriors. Ball's out to Bradley. She can't handle it. Lovely tracks it down, taps it in. Brown can't get a piece of it. Wilcox backtracking. Anderson taps it. Anderson spent some time playing, I think, right wing or right mid as throughout her career. She knows how to work it. Senior Lauren Anderson doing a great job showing her field hockey experience and skill. Yeah, and Anderson forces, actually I thought the official was blowing our way. Randlet strips the ball, tips it over to Lovely, bounces over her stick. Brown with a beautiful pickup. Brown breaks in. Brown puts it on goal. Nice save by Weymouth. Natalie Brown with a sweet move. Got a great shot off. Again, and all the while, the clock's ticking and the ball is in the Nokomis offensive end of the field. Ponies are getting no looks. That's where Nokomis wants to be smart. That's my favorite time and score. It's a part of sport I love. That gamesmanship in a close game and the strategy you take on. Ball hits a foot. Townsend with it. Townsend works the sideline. She's going to try the chip again. Ball's tipped up. Foxcroft fouled. Foxcroft just closed out. Townsend's going to take her time. It's under 3 minutes to go. Still a slim 1-goal lead. Nokomis scored in the closing seconds of the first half, and Townsend just keeps forcing foul after foul, burning clock. It's often what you see a college team doing. Balls punch through the middle. Nokomis foul. If you see a college, if you watch an Olympic game, you'll see when it gets down to a minute and a half, a player will just take it in the corner of the field and shuffle the ball back and forth, and you just can't get it away. They just chew the clock. Townsend's just going to keep working it. It's masterful work by the sophomore. I mean, she single-handedly has burned a minute and a half. It's down to 2:10. And the mental discipline it takes to do that, because you start, it's often, you know, when you see the spread offense in a basketball game, what burns people is they don't stick with it. They just offensively get a little fidgety and try to force a play that they don't need to. But Townsend doing a great job. Foxcroft finally able to take it away from her. Ball comes through the middle. Anderson's there, gets a stick on it. I think it hit off Anderson's foot, so Foxcroft trying to break up field. Minute 40 to go. Nokomis really has got to make one more stand. They just got to stop the play and kind of just slowing up. Mayfield breaking into the circle. She's got it off to the left of the circle, pulls it in front of Nyman. Graves reaches back for it. Ball still in the circle, swings back, and it's going to be a corner for the Ponies. Minute 20 to go. The Warriors just unable to stop her. Rayfield had been quiet, and she just muscled her way through the middle of the field. The Warriors couldn't stop it. So it's do or die time for the Ponies, trying to get the tying goal here as we near the minute mark in regulation. Ball's out top. Number 12, centering pass to the middle. Baird picks it up. Baird can't keep it again. Baird's trying to go to straight up field. She's got to move out to the sideline. That's an easy intercept. 50 seconds to go. Ponies pressuring. Can the Warriors stop it? Ball's flipped into the circle.
Yes.
But it's tipped up high by Foxcroft. 43 seconds.
They were 5. Thank you.
Townsend going to keep the ball. 34 seconds. Townsend's poked away from her. Chase had a good opportunity earlier. A beautiful tackle by Kellum. Actually, Baird's got it. Baird can work the sideline.
All right, Jenna.
Runs out of room. 20 seconds to go. Regulation. Foxcroft hustling. Trying to make something happen here in the closing seconds. 13. Big hit through the middle of the field. Can someone get a stick on it? There's trusty Jenna Baird again. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And there's your final horn. What a hard-fought game. And the lone goal of the game scored in the 6-second mark. In the first half, Rachel Wilcox put it in, and the Warriors are just showing some great clock management. Dodged a last-minute surge by the Ponies to close out their season with a big win over the Foxcroft Academy Ponies. Again, another fantastic high school field hockey game here today. Great to see our Warriors end up with the W to close it out. We've got one more contest in our fall sports season. The soccer team, boys soccer team, at home next week. So hope everybody has a great weekend, and thank you for tuning in to Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.
That was a funny game.
I'll have to watch this.
Great game.
That was a great game.
A lot more fun when you end up on the winning side of it. No, we get field hockey. Boy, we got a couple of good players.
They do.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Exciting.
Mark, what are you planning on for DVDs?
She likes to do 2-8. That's because of the numbers.
Short halftime?
That's what we did the other night. A couple of Maddie, can you unplug that cord for me?
This one right here?
Good game, Foxcroft. Thank you, officials. Thank you, fans. Go Warriors! Hey, I need a quick celebration picture really fast. Just be happy and celebrating. And we'll, wait, I need to do a dub. You guys can do a dub. Let's go.
I'm not breaking too many COVID rules. Is they going to do what they usually do?
I tried to go see.
They really get moving and then the whistle blows.
Stop blowing that damn thing. Jesus, you two. It's like this every other. I can't keep up.
Oh, they gotta go say thank you, family. It's their last game. She needs to go. She is horrible, Bob. Probably my mother.
Okay, they can go over and say hi to me. She's a loyal supporter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did? Model. I can eat my fingers.
She was a great kid. You can cuss me, dude.
Happy birthday!
Last quarter. Oops, it's gonna be 60.
I did. She sent me that too.
Oh, 60 Carter! Woo! I told you it was 60.
51.
I like Ashley won. She's 7 on 7. Here we go.
You guys like those little whistles?
Hey,
I know. I think I like those.
Ashley and Lauren and Rachel. You guys did a great job. We worked so hard today. And
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Wayne. So just kind of getting used to
what a
the
last
mechanics. So.
game on your arm. Make her feel like you said to Lauren. Nice job. Nice job. You guys can't be proud of yourself.
Yeah, Katie's got one.
More right in her eyes. We did have to
She's got two. They did it from
somebody being out of bounds.
Oh, really? I've got a gray one. I
I might do it. Ray ones, Christy and Margaret bought when they won the state championship. Some of those are like end of season presents, you know.
Yeah, I had, yeah, that's what we did for one from the place that shut down. Final vinyl. No. God, I can remember going to Final Vinyl and buying a song.
Did you know she passed away?
I used to go there all the time. I remember going to Goldsmiths to get my letter jacket.
Downtown, Old Town,
Yeah. Those white leather sleeves.
Lauren keeps wanting one.
Well, there was a salesman that would drive to the counter,
Not your senior year.
and that's how we get our stuff, because they ship it up.
Was Earl at school today? I thought when I was coming over he was.
I didn't see him today.
He's got a white
I saw
truck
him.
now, right?
Yeah,
I didn't see
yeah,
him.
he was here the other day.
Somebody want to help Jenna sit up?
Well, you guys are already.
Am I allowed to go to that? Ryder, do you want to buddy take this, or do you think I should just leave it?
Are you playing?
No.
No, take it off and buddy take it off.
You guys need to stay. Okay. I work late today, guys. Just be over. Right?
Yes, the sun. Yeah,
You better get 10 keys. You better be like
Jenna Baird.
We had to have a varsity player play goalie, so she has to get the stuff. Sorry.
We can't afford that. She has to be out here.
who's that?
Jenna Baird.
Trying it?
Actually, Natalie, do you want to just go in and like
Great job of burning
All right, we're just gonna start with.
Oh, I know.
Can we just start with 7 players and then put the goalie in after? Okay. Jenna's not ready.
Give her a break.
Come on, Jenna.
She's almost there. All right, Natalie, get on.
So she's still got to stay in that athletic. She's got to stay in that athletic position a little more. Sometimes she gets that initial touch and she just pops her upper body up. You remembered what you were like.
Hey, Lauren, good job, girl.
Good work, Lauren.
Yeah, you made some big plays down the
I
stretch.
don't know. Bree's like 3-minute just dribbling down Hasek. I don't know when she turned that on, but I was like, thank God. I was like, people trying to go over him. I was like, well, she did it good.
Like, your mother needs to pay, text your mother and say, Jake is throwing his sister down. That shouldn't be happening. I don't have my phone.
You want it, Dad?
Yeah. Jake! No, you just
That's what they do on the daily.
You want me to go tell them to knock it off? Yes, I mean, it's going right now.
Probably nag them on.
No.
Here, here, here.
Seeing it? Seeing it all day?
Yes, they're standing right there, but they're not paying attention.
Seeing it, though.
Hey,
Where's Ashley when
you don't know Jake.
They look like they're playing for me.
Well, Jake's ride is over there, and he needs to go.
Yeah, they're in Ashley's car.
All right, I know where it's warmer.
Yeah, his mother is here. Tell him to leave.
She's on it now. She's on in here.
Right, thrown her down the bus. And I've told him, you don't touch your sister. Yeah, but what if he's gonna tell him? Right? Yeah. You tell me she's doing. No, you can read sometimes. Right, yeah.
I need to make a book. Like I just haven't. Unless I wear this. Maybe I
Those are cool, Bobby. Boots. I should have thrown mine in the
Where's Annie so she can send Jacob?
I just saw her pull in over there. Thank God for being boots. That's all I can say.
I don't find those that warm.
Compared to wearing a sneakers. Yeah, that's what I had from my house.
Not bad.
I didn't know what to say.
But I think that it is called lacrosse, the brand that I have.
They're like,
I don't know. Maybe look at it.
Yeah, look at it. It might be lacrosse. I can't remember. But I had hunting boots and they were really good.
yeah, no, I was literally saying.
You're make Mark give me a ride. Oh my God! Jenna's finding out it's not so easy.
She wanted that so bad. She said it on the way here.
Volleyball players out there.
How's your head?
Huh?
How's your head?
I think I have beach from Austin Stitches and
Are you
great.
I've been trying during the TV game, especially to get my phone out and take the punched him right in the head. Me and Bree were doing TikTok with Crider and she punched him right in the head. I just made Bree and
And you're like, do it with us. And I'm like,
did you hear what I said? Bree and Natalie, look at me so I know you're listening.
I have to do that all the time.
I just hit you.
I don't think I really said that. No, it hurt.
It felt hard.
Smack.
I was like, all right, come on, let's get over here. Let's get over here. Pay attention. I know it's fine. Dribble, Maddie.
I'm almost
Dribble.
positive.
You got it, Maddie. Nice ball. How cute. She's staying the night. No, she went with Mom.
Nice call.
You know how hard it is to put sweatpants on with pants? Not the easiest. You want me to take it? Right here?
Oh,
Yeah, together.
you just played a whole field hockey game. I'm sure you can use your
With my fingers taped? That's a different story.
Please.
You cannot. You win. My turn. Time.
Okay. Tears definitely came to my eyes. I was like, got a junior photo.
Allie wasn't showing us her gum. Hey, look at you.
I was trying to like shoot you.
Abby Reynolds?
I hugged her and I was like, oh, good luck.
I put them in she like,
These are good luck.
this is like the opposite.
Okay, I'm already annoyed.
What? I know that.
So mad when you were like, let it go, let it go. And then
Let it go.
I was like, I hope I go up on that so good.
They're probably there, right there. Be your back in case it goes by them, right? Come on, Abby! I can't even Let's go, dear, let's go. This is why you don't do it. Go, Hannah!
Pull it out.
You don't even need that horn.
I got you.
Why does this sound like a high five?
Big high five.
Hey, keep trying to side-eye. Keep carrying it. You're getting up there. Flat out carrying it.
Brandy, Courtney. Who else is on the circle just then? Hannah?
Brandy, Hannah, and Courtney. We have a corner. The ball has come outside the circle. So, like, how you might go get it, that's okay. But then you have to like, pass somebody outside the circle or just be outside the circle.
Need an enclosure right here.
Very good.
Get one.
I gotta get one.
You ought to get one of those hunting blind enclosures. That's what you need. Dual purpose.
Yeah.
How long in the hunting season do you use it? Not very.
Yeah.
And WB buy your own hunting blind?
Yeah. I'm in. I'm in.
So when anybody inside
Are you gonna hunt out back tomorrow? Yeah.
She said, we're already in.
Adam Kingston, I could sit in his stand over at Martin's, but I haven't been able to find time to go over it with him, so I even know where it is.
You got a great spot at your house.
We had those coming out already.
Yeah, you got a great spot.
And it was funny. He goes, well, the stands are really set up for a bow, like a bow stand. I'm like, you can hit it with a bow. I'm sure I can touch it off with my R6.
No, wait.
3, 1, 2, 3.
Let's go, Keith! Go, Keeper!
Hustle out, Keith.
Come on, Keeper! Let's go!
Come on, Juna.
I don't know what you want. Well, from what I just saw, it's not gonna be jumping. I'm trying.
I don't play basketball, but step up! Step up! Good, Hannah! Look who's on my God. Why do you talk to yourself together? Hannah, back to the 50.
The volleyball place.
Hey, talk, White, talk!
Not a field hockey place. Like volleyball.
Hustle back, girls, hustle back. Soon as she catches it. Go play D, go play! Nice job, Jenna! Way to follow it, Jenna! I got it, ready? When I say go, you say fight! Go! Fight! Go! Fight! When I say win, you say tonight! Win! Tonight! Win! Tonight! When I say boogie, you say down! Boogie! Down! Boogie! Down! When I say all, you say right! All right! All right! Go! Fight! Win! Tonight! Boogie down! All right! All right! Go! Fight! Win! Tonight! Boogie down! All right! All right! Go! Go get a clean ball! You want it?
Good job, Hannah Banana.
Everybody else, find a person! Can I get in this? Can I get in this? Stay with! Stay with! Any pictures that you have? I have two. And we went what? And then I almost went and sent this to her. And I was like, that doesn't need to be. Turn to your goal! Protect the goal! Go get it. Yes, Courtney, go get it. Nice job. Hey, get back. Mark, Courtney, get back around the circle.
You have eyeballs. Yes, go get them in your bag. Rachel.
If somebody wants to put their eyes up, I'll take pictures. I want to do it. What's this? Silly thing. Cover back, both of you. Go back. What is it though?
Silly man.
Somebody step up. Hey, drop, Courtney. Drop in the circle. In the circle. Sierra!